Hi everyone, once again. Perfect, your online show featuring top lifestyle personalities comes your way from the Daily Tribune studios in Makati City. This is Jojo Silvestre welcoming you on behalf of my co-host Dina Ventura, who is out of town. And today I am honored to introduce to you our guest, an international prize-winning guitarist, an Ani ng Dangal awardee, a De La Salle College of St. Benilde faculty member, and a co-founder of the PIMA Guitar Quartet, Mr. Adrik Cristobal. Hi, Adrik.
Hi, good afternoon.
Before we go have our questions, we'll first listen to Adrik play for us.
So I'll play a quick excerpt. Maalaala Mo Kaya by Constancio de Guzman, version arranged by Florante Aguilar, California-based Filipino guitarist.
Yeah, I know Florante.
Yes.
Yeah. Wow! How could someone so young play that old song so well? Old school ka, no?
Well, with the Kundimans, Harana music,
Yeah.
resonates a lot with the Philippine people, of course. And the instrument is perfect for this type of music. So,
Ganun pala.
yeah, because the man.
Exactly that kind of guitar.
Yeah, not really the steel string guitar, but more on the nylon string classical guitar. So,
Ganun pala.
because you have a lot more sound variety compared to the piano's beautiful, but you know the types of sound you can get on a guitar is a bit more flexible.
Yeah, para kang nanliligaw.
Parang ganon, kasi portable yung instrument mo to go here and there.
Yeah, and it was arranged by Florante Aguilar.
Florante Aguilar
He's
was
an old friend of mine. We were at the Ipil dorm.
in UP
In
Diliman.
UP, yes.
So he was a student at UP College of
Yes,
Music.
he was,
one of the early members of the UP Guitar
that
Ensemble.
group, yeah.
Yeah, by Lester Dimitilio was the founder of that
Yeah.
guitar ensemble in UP Diliman.
Okay,
Yes.
let's start.
Let's
Have
go.
the interview. So why did you pursue guitar
Mm-hmm.
as an instrument? Young people would start with the piano.
Well,
How did you start in music?
well, I did do a bit of piano.
Oh, you did.
Just very little, maybe a few months. Then I was
Okay.
in playing violin for like 4 or 5
Oh,
years.
really?
Then
How old were you then?
I started violin at 5.
Oh.
I think I switched to guitar at around 8.
Okay.
When I switched to guitar, I was doing electric guitar. Then I decided to do a more formal approach of training,
Okay.
which was classical guitar at around 12 years old.
12 already.
Yeah, so I was already playing guitar for 4 years, but
Yeah.
electric guitar, rock music.
Yeah.
Then I was
Really?
then I went with Lester Dimitilio when I reached 12, 13 years old, along that line.
But you knew your chords, your notes, whatever it is.
Well, notes.
You ought to know.
Well, reading notes on the guitar is a bit different from the violin, the
Ah,
piano.
okay.
So I needed some time to adjust from reading violin to guitar notes. But I did know my chords when I started learning guitar.
What did your parents tell you about pursuing this? I mean, weren't they a little bit shocked that
Well, I was always into sports or music.
sports also?
Yeah, so because I'm ADHD, so I need
Really?
a lot of physical co-curricular
Oh.
activity, and I'm also dyslexic. So
Oh,
the time came when I was through violin, piano, badminton, basketball, when it was
Wow.
gonna be becoming a boxer
yeah.
or classical guitar, and I ended up choosing to study music instead of taking the
Yeah,
fight
yeah,
game
yeah.
more
Okay.
seriously.
This is more peaceful.
Yes, possibly, but I think it's a more lifelong
Yeah,
activity
yeah,
because
yeah.
sports at a certain age
That's right.
you decline a bit.
You know, you're an awardee. You won
Yes.
several awards, no? Like first prize, 2022. Can you move it up? 2022 Sakura. Is it Sakura?
Sakurai Kono, yes.
Yeah, in Vietnam.
Yeah.
First prize, Thailand. 2022 International
Yes.
Guitar Competition.
Yes.
Second prize, 2019 Spanish Music Competition in France.
Yes, yes.
And third, what's this?
Third prize
Third prize, Arriaga Guitar
competition in Bilbao.
Okay, so how do you prepare for a competition?
Well, each competition is very different. There are things you can't control, like you can't control the competitors. You cannot control the opinion of the jury. So
Okay.
the best way to do it is to avoid playing new pieces. Try to play pieces that you're very comfortable with, that you
Okay.
can play. Let's say if you need to play it, okay, I can prepare in 2 days and I'm ready to play it. You need to
Okay.
you need to have those bullets ready
Okay.
to fire. And then if the competition asks for obligatory piece,
Yeah.
you try to learn it as soon as possible. That's I would say the physical part, getting the muscle memory. But mentally, I think that the musician, not just guitarist or the competitor, should look at each competition as a means to an end. Don't put all of your emotions that this is the competition that will define my career. No, you have to
Okay.
join multiple and use that as a training ground, and you start getting used to the pressure, and then eventually you'll earn your prizes. So it's never
Okay.
expecting everything under one. Let's say your first job may not be
Yeah.
your last job,
Yeah.
so you have to approach it with an open mind.
So how many competitions did you join before you won NAMSHA?
NAMSHA was 2020. That was the online edition, but
Okay, yeah. Pandemic, ano?
pandemic, because I was in Europe, I just had to submit my videos.
Okay. That was your first NAMSHA.
That was my only NAMSHA.
Your own, when you made it, you got number one.
Yeah, because I could never join NAMSHA because the timeline of NAMSHA was always me being in Europe. So I couldn't join the
okay.
physical the face-to-face
Okay.
competitions. But
Oh.
I did join maybe around 6 or 7 competitions, and a lot of those
Okay, okay.
were not victorious.
Oh,
So
really?
you have to get used to losing,
Okay.
and you have to somewhat appreciate the process of winning and losing. You can take a yes. You have to be able to take a no.
Okay.
I think in the performing arts world, it's because it's very subjective what people think is good
Yeah.
and not good, right? So
But you know, it's so good that you have the support of your family, of
very
course.
much, very
That
lucky.
counts a lot. You know.
100%. When I went to Spain to take my auditions, I passed, but I was very hesitant in going because
Yeah.
the emotional
Yeah.
part of being away. But my parents were pretty much, nope, it's time to go. No looking back. Keep on going. So yeah, emotionally, financially, they were 100% behind me. I did get a scholarship in the Netherlands, a partial one,
Okay.
but I mean, they were there.
Yeah.
They were not very picky on the
Oh,
career path I
okay.
chose.
Yeah, but are you also Adrian?
Adrian the Third, yes.
You're Adrian the Third.
Yes, I am.
How is it like having the same name as a famous grandfather, the writer and cabinet minister, and
My
then your
father.
father himself was cabinet secretary
Yes.
of trade, no?
Well,
Is it a tall order for you?
hindi naman because
Di naman.
very different from the public service side, but
Oo.
there are advantages. For example, my grandfather was a writer and my father was
Yeah.
also IPO, intellectual
Yes,
property.
yes.
So
Yeah.
yes, he was chief of the
Related naman pala, ano?
yeah, so
To
in
the
a way,
arts.
my grandfather was into journalism,
Yes.
playwriting. My father
Yes.
was into dealing with copyright, musicians,
Yes.
art. So in a way,
Oo.
it's an advantage because they know that I have a grandfather and a father who worked in that sector. So whenever I'm at performances, oh yes, your father helped me with my patenting my song or my artwork, my business. So in a way, it's
Maganda advantage din, no?
yeah,
It's how you look at it.
except I'm on the performance side. The bureaucracy is not my
Oo.
and with the journalism part, of course,
You write. He writes
write
for
a bit,
us
a little bit,
at the Daily
occasionally.
Tribune. Yeah.
But my grandfather, the advantage of being his grandson is that he was associated with many newspapers,
Yes,
people in
yes.
writing about lifestyle, culture,
Yes, yes.
and sometimes like you, they choose to write about the classical guitar, which is something we rarely get attention on the guitar,
okay, yeah.
especially in the Philippine community.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I really thank you a lot for giving me some time.
Thank you for being here.
Anytime.
The pleasure is ours.
Thank you.
So, how has been your... So you first studied here.
Yes, yes.
Who were your mentors? Can you mention some names that people who
Yes.
have been very useful, who've been very helpful to
Yes. My
your
first
development?
classical guitar teacher, Lester Dimitilio.
Yes, the famous...
Yes, yes. One of the Philippine guitar pioneers.
Okay.
He was my first formal teacher. Then I went to Spain with Francisco Bernier, a Spanish guitarist from Seville, at the Seville Conservatory. And the Italian professor, Carlo Marchioni, was my professor in the Netherlands for masters. So
Okay.
3 very different professors. I think they all came at the right time of my life.
Okay.
So the awards, the performing, I think all of them contributed greatly to that. It's hard to describe who helped on which side of my playing, but yeah, I owe them a lot. And of course, I was also studying privately with a Cuban guitarist based
really?
based in Austria.
Okay.
Marco Tamayo was my private teacher for a while. So basically, there were 4
Okay.
teachers I would say I learned from.
Who's your favorite?
It's hard to say. Like up to now, Lester Dimitilio and I, we still go out for drinks. I still
Yeah,
ask for
yeah.
advice. But he
Yeah.
was definitely the one that instilled the work ethic for me because he also plays a lot in group. So he was
Yes.
always instilling like, gotta learn fast, learn properly, always listen to your group mates. So he gave that
Okay.
sense of sensitivity, the work ethic, because he works a lot. Francisco Bernier was pretty good at taming my technique,
Okay.
helping me find my sound, while Carlo Marchioni is very, very intelligent as a human being, and he's so much into articulation, I would say he brings out these small details that just make the music
Okay.
special.
Wow.
So, and Marco Tamayo was very good at studying things practically. So it's hard to
What
generalize.
was there any terror among them?
Well, when I was younger, I was also siguro makulit din ako. So Lester at some point
Ah,
had
was
to he had to somewhat
really?
tame me a bit because I was, highly
Yeah.
energetic. I asked a lot of questions. So he was somewhat the one that tried to help me grow up a bit. So when I went to Europe, I was a little more tamed, but there was no real terror among them because they wanted you to learn from them. And of course, they also learn from you. Diba?
You know, for someone energetic, really, he does a lot of things, even outside of music.
Yeah.
He's into many other things. About those things, we'll come back after this commercial
Okay.
break.
This break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, hashtag Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Globe, atin ang mundo. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you. A wellness show dedicated to empowering viewers with the knowledge and inspiration needed to lead a healthy lifestyle. Be Well Now, hosted by Miss Cory Quirino, every Wednesday at 2 p.m. only here at Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Alamin ang pinakamaiinit na balita at mahalagang issue na bumabalot ngayon sa ating bansa. Ating pag-usapan, blow by blow, dito lang sa Hot Patatas, kasama sila Chicky Mangkukang, Vernon Velasco at Gio Leaño. Yung Lunes, Miyerkules at Biyernes, alas 3 ng hapon, dito lang sa Daily Tribune Facebook page at Tribune Now sa YouTube.
Conversations that are masterclasses from the top honchos of various industries. Learn from their strategies and insights so you yourself can unlock your full potential. Pairfect every Friday at 2 p.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube. Creative minds, entertainment icons, style influencers. We shine the spotlight on remarkable individuals who shape our cultural landscape. Every Tuesday at 2 p.m. only here in Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Parayan at talakayang showbiz, times 2, doble-doble! Kasama ang dalawa sa walang kupas na talakayan ng showbiz, Alwin Ignacio at Alex Brosas. DTT Show, tuwing Sabado at Linggo, alas 4 ng hapon, dito lang sa Diaryo Tirada ng Daily Tribune.
We're back with Adrik Cristobal, our classical guitarist, award winner, international award winner. And I was saying, he's a man of many passions and concerns. He's an educator, a performer, of course, and he's also a chef. I love his fried chicken. But what is a typical day for you? How do you find time for all of this?
Well, fried chicken is occasional. I did
Okay.
sell a bit when I was studying in the Netherlands, but now it's just something I do
To add to your allowance?
a little bit, yeah. Especially during the COVID times, because
Okay.
everything was locked down. So a lot of the student population were giving me calls for.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a leisure thing now, only when I have spare time. But now,
Yeah, what's a typical day?
well, I'm at the College of St. Benilde
Okay.
once a week.
Okay, what day is that?
Wednesdays, usually
Okay.
I'm there. So
Are there guitar majors there?
it's not
Performing
really,
arts?
it's more of a music production. That's
Oh,
the title of the
wow.
course. So aside from performance, you have some theoretical composition, studio work. So it's more of an all-around thing, which
oh.
is, I think, the
That's
trend.
nice, huh?
Yeah, so I do have students there, but most of the time I try to practice as much as I can, and that's whether practicing my solo, whether practicing for a concert with the Pima Guitar Quartet.
Yes.
Sometimes it's conceptualizing our next program,
Okay.
or even arranging new pieces, because we do want our own repertoire. Let's say there's for example, we plan to do certain
Yes.
shows. We need
Yeah.
new material for that.
That's a group effort.
Maybe we assign one song to him, one song to her, one song to me. So we,
Yeah, okay.
depending on who wants to take the certain song, we need to work on.
Okay.
Yes.
You mentioned about Pima,
Yes, yes.
the guitar quartet. What is this all about? Of course, I've watched it.
Yes, you've watched
several
twice, I
times,
think.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So tell me, how did this get started?
Well, the Yuchenko Museum was a place for guitar concerts pre-pandemic.
Ah, okay.
Then 2020, me and Monching Carpio, my good friend, we did
Okay.
a duo concert. Then we invited Patrick Rojas for a trio concert.
Okay.
But then we invited Ike Vinculado for a quartet concert. Lester Dimitilio joined us. But then the four of us, we've known each other for more than a decade. We felt that 2023, with the pandemic slowly drifting away, maybe we can form a guitar quartet that could represent the small guitar community.
Okay.
And aside from that, we all were part of guitar ensembles in university, but
Yeah.
those were big groups. So we felt that it would be good to have a guitar quartet that could perform from classical, Latino, pop, Filipino. And we decided to work together, and it was a successful first year. Thank you, of course, to the
Yes,
Yuchenko
yes.
Museum,
Yeah.
Miss Yvonne Yuchenko, chairperson, Jenny Havelosa,
Yeah,
direction.
Jenny.
They were full support.
Yeah.
So, and then we ended up going to Pangasinan a few days ago.
Okay.
So it's been a pretty good start.
Is it easy selling tickets?
Again, it's a niche market, so
Okay.
it's a very small circle. So
Yeah.
Ike Vinculado, Patrick Rojas, Monching Carpio, and we do try to perform outside of the Yuchenko Museum. And our
okay.
partner also, Gravity Art Space, which is a Quezon City-based gallery. So
Where is this?
near the Mother Ignacia area.
Okay.
So
okay.
our mindset is those two venues are for our creative work, meaning we don't
Yes.
expect yet to earn so much from self-productions, but we create new pieces for there. We
Yes.
partner
Wow.
with the galleries that can
Okay.
help us with people from art, literature, music.
Okay.
But of course, we try to get private performances, public concerts organized by others. So
Okay.
it's somewhat creative side and then the professional side, so we try to balance it out.
Okay. Can you come back when we have our anniversary or?
Definitely. Well, we will have an anniversary concert at the
Ah,
Yuchenko
yeah.
Museum.
Okay.
It's going to be year one. We're not so sure about the dates yet because still finalizing the concept and, of course, availability of the members. But it should be a little after Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day everyone will be on their date. So maybe
Yeah.
not the best time to have
yeah,
the concert.
that's not the right time.
Yeah.
How do you unwind? I wonder how. I suppose you need to be away from music now and then.
To be honest, if I'm not practicing the guitar, I actually end up just arranging pieces. Somehow I find I find some
Wow.
peace in mind when I'm arranging. If I'm not doing anything, I tend
Okay.
to get a bit anxious, so I kind of need to feel like
okay.
I'm making progress somehow.
Okay,
Well,
that's good.
I do enjoy watching professional wrestling. That's
Wrestling.
I love professional
But
wrestling.
do you also wrestle?
No. So I do. That's one of my leisures.
Okay, so that's your sport now.
No. I just watch. Huh? I just watch.
okay,
I don't wrestle, but I do
Oo.
enjoy watching that. On my spare time, I'm a big fan of basketball. So
Okay.
typical things you do off of work. But as much as possible, I try to be very productive. I also, of course, I cook once in a while.
How often do you cook? Only if you feel like doing it.
Maybe if the Pima Quartet comes over for practice, sometimes I
okay.
need to prepare fried chicken.
Because they look for it.
Yeah, my other recipe
so good.
is
I love it.
I also have a chicken biryani recipe.
Oh, really?
Which an Indian friend taught
Okay,
me.
I should try that.
Yeah, it's not as good as the chicken, but
Yeah.
so cooking is just like for parties,
But how did
gatherings.
you discover? Because it doesn't taste like the usual chicken.
Experimentation.
Yeah, I think so, no?
Yeah.
You came up with a good formula.
Well, there was someone who introduced me to this Chinese 5-spice, and I just
That one.
picked a few other spices and put them in.
Put it together. Put them together.
Yeah, so my reputation in the small city of Maastricht was guitar and chicken. So yeah, it was a bit of a bit of both, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty much music in that.
This is not in our script, but how's your love life?
Love life's okay. I'm seeing someone now. I
Ah,
have a girl-
really? Oh,
yeah,
that's
do have a
nice.
girlfriend, but
Not a musician.
no,
Ah,
not a
okay,
musician.
Okay. What's your ideal girl? Not a musician?
Oh, she's already. I've checked that box already. I think she's already there. But preferably, prefer people. I don't really prefer girls younger than me. I prefer
Ah,
a bit
okay,
of yeah.
okay. For the intellectual
Yes,
talk,
yes. I prefer
guess.
intellectual,
Okay.
a bit deeper thinkers.
Okay.
Also, I prefer, which I like about her, she's hardworking. You know, she's very innovative. So
Yeah,
that's what
okay.
attracts me. Of course, among other things.
You know, I think that aside from being a musician,
Yeah.
well, I wouldn't wonder if you're also intellectual like your father and your grandfather. You know, with all those ideas. No, I'm asking only because
Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm just curious. How is Philippine music today? I'm sure you'd have a
Yes.
good opinion about what's going on right now.
Well, of course, you have the pop scene. Then you have
Okay.
there are many scenes, but
Yeah.
the independent scene. But I'm a bit more knowledgeable in the classical scene.
Okay. How,
Yeah,
how is it there?
of course, the most popular instruments will be the piano.
The keyboard,
Yes,
no?
of course,
Oh,
singers, opera, orchestras also pretty
yeah.
active. So
The kids learn how to play the drum, no?
also that's percussion.
Oh,
But of course, the scene in especially out of Manila is a lot of marching bands,
oh
wind
yes,
instruments.
and they're so good.
Also very good.
Yeah,
So I think guitar is somewhat. I think it's the least popular in terms of the classical world. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a lot of work in trying to create an audience for it.
Yeah, but you have a mixed repertoire, no?
And that's the advantage because as much as we want students to watch us, we also know that we need to
Okay.
attract
Yeah.
a bigger circle, not just people in the guitar community, but people in, whether like you, journalists, people in art, literature, business. That's why the repertoire is very important. We can still have our classical
Yeah.
repertoire, but we need to be able to
Yes.
diversify without compromising the art form of
Yeah.
classical guitar.
Yeah.
And that,
So they can still play like Hey Jude and
of
all that.
course, yeah.
No?
We've done a lot of songs. We've done from
And
Gershwin.
movie themes.
That's going to
yeah.
be one of our next concerts.
Yeah,
Movie Themes
yeah.
is going to be there in the future.
I'm looking forward to that.
Yes, you'll be invited
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Now, we're winding up.
Yes,
What is your advice to young people who also would like to win awards?
win
like you?
awards. Always think of the long term. Never think that one award will skyrocket your your
Okay.
career. Always look at it as a training process. That you're here to expose yourself to pressure.
Okay.
Because a concert is different from a competition. The pressure is, I think, maybe double or triple in my experience. So try to work on the mental game that no matter what's happening, you can, whether you're feeling cold or you're nervous, your chair is not in the right position, try to get that grasp of your mental state that you can perform at any condition. And of course, come prepared. So it's look at it as means to an
Okay,
end. Yeah,
okay, that's
that's part of the training.
Okay, as we wind up,
Yes.
would you like to invite our audience to any of your future activities? What are you looking forward to?
Well, first of all, a big thank you to the Tribune, their sponsors. Host Tito Jojo, Silvestre, Pima Guitar Quartet on Facebook page. Please do search us. We're on Facebook and Instagram. Feel free to search our members, Patrick Rojas, Aiki Vinculado, Monching Carpio, and myself, Adrik Cristobal. There will be a Valentine's concert, which will also be our anniversary concert. So please stay tuned for that. And also stay tuned for future concerts, whether it may be movie themes, anime night, Broadway, Disney. But of course, we will have 3 shows a year, which will start in February, Valentine's, June, Independence Day or Philippine music in our case, and Christmas. In between, we'll have other activities. So try to be updated and Hope you also start listening to more classical guitar or guitar in general.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you also.
That was a very good interview, very enlightening, and we really learned so much about your world, your
Yes.
wonderful world of classical.
It's a small world, but
Yeah.
we'll try to reach as many
Yeah.
people as we can.
And I think we're able to do that.
Yes.
But don't leave yet, because we have a surprise for you as we wind up. This is Jojo Silvestre saying thank you on behalf of Dina, who's still out of town, but who's coming back soon for the next show. And so, as a parting gift, Adrik will play another music
Okay.
piece.
So,
So, here's Adrik Cristobal for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yesterday by the Beatles.